Hayden Panettiere was seen out with alleged abusive boyfriend Brian Hickerson on Friday night. The former Disney actress, 31, cut a casual figure as she arrived separately from her on/off beau. Hours later she left with The Hills, New Beginnings star Caroline Damore, minutes ahead of her ex. Hayden was dressed for a comfy night out, rocking jean shorts and a black hoodie with a bowler hat, slouchy boots and a crossbody bag. She kept her head down while holding hands with Caroline, who matched in ripped denim, a sheer black top and pink braids. Elsewhere, Brian went with jeans, a black windbreaker, a baseball cap and dirty white sneakers. While hopping in the car he gave his phone a curious glance, perhaps checking an incoming message from Hayden. This wasn't the first time Hayden has been seen with Hickerson since his release from a 14-day jail sentence. A source told News that she was seen spending time with him on July 17 at a restaurant in West Hollywood. The source said that members of their party were drinking beers and line dancing. Brian later tried to clarify his current relationship to the outlet and claimed he and the Nashville star weren't back together. To clarify, "I was enjoying a Miller Latte, slang for Miller Lite, and Hayden was not drinking," he said. "We went to a new restaurant that is Texas-based, and being a Southern guy, I'm a big fan of country music. So yes, there was some line dancing involved. Hayden and I are not back together but are working on a friendship." He added that the meeting was part of his attempts to make amends after he went to jail for pleading guilty to 2 counts of injuring a spouse or girlfriend earlier this year. "We have a long history together, and the first step in my recovery as an abuser is making amends," he explained. "That's exactly what Hayden has been gracious enough to allow me to do." Another source close to Hayden claimed she was focused on staying sober and on strengthening her relationship with her 6-year-old daughter Kaya, whom she shares with the boxer Vladimir Klitschko. Hayden is open to forgiving Brian and starting a new chapter, despite her loved one's concerns, the insider said. Hayden has a huge heart and wants to see the best in everyone. It's unclear if her new chapter only entails a friendship with the man who was convicted of assaulting her, or if she's open to restarting their romantic relationship. A source told DailyMail.com that Brian and Hayden had met at Justin Quesos, and they met there again days later, this time just the two of them. They were seen sitting at the bar and watching the NBA Finals. In May, Hickerson began his 45-day sentence at a Los Angeles County jail, though it only amounted to 12 days after he copped a plea deal. The couple's Valentine's Day celebrations last year turned into a nightmare after he was arrested for allegedly punching Panettiere with a closed fist on the right side of her face while they were arguing. In July 2020, Hayden lawyer, Alan Jackson, described her ex as an abuser in a statement to TMZ. After suffering for years as the victim of psychological, emotional and severe physical abuse, Hayden Panettiere has begun the process of taking back her life, he told the publication. Hayden has found the strength and courage to share the truth about her abuse and her abuser, and she intends to assist the prosecution to see that justice is served. As a survivor, she recognizes that her arduous journey of healing has just begun. Hickerson initially pleaded not guilty in July 2020 to 4 felony counts of injuring a spouse, cohabitant, fiancé, boyfriend, girlfriend or child's parent, along with 1 misdemeanor count of battery, 2 felony counts of assault with a deadly weapon, and 1 felony count of dissuading a witness from prosecuting a crime, all stemming from incidents alleged to have taken place between May 2019 to June 2020. He eventually changed his plea to no contest for 2 felony counts of injuring a spouse or girlfriend in April, according to a spokesperson for the LA District Attorney's Office, as reported by USA Today. In addition to his 45-day sentence, he was required to pay a $500 restitution fee, attend 52 domestic violence classes and received a 5-year restraining order as well, per E! It's unclear whether the restraining order was still in effect when he and Panettiere met up at the restaurant. Prior to the February 2020 arrest for punching Hayden, Brian had been arrested for domestic violence in May 2019 after the two allegedly got into a physical fight at home following an evening of drinking. He was later ordered to remain 100 yards from her and was charged with felony domestic violence, but the charges were eventually dropped as the actress reportedly would not cooperate with the prosecution. Hayden's most recent restraining order against Hickerson was granted in Wyoming, where he punched her, but a judge ruled that the out-of-state order could also be enforced in California, according to TMZ. Brian was also arrested on domestic violence charges in May 2019 after he and Hayden allegedly got into a physical altercation at their home following a night of drinking, and was later ordered to stay 100 yards away from her. He was charged with felony domestic violence, but, due to Hayden reportedly refusing to cooperate with the prosecution, the charges were, eventually, dropped. They were seen together again in November 2019, 6 months after the arrest. Last year, Panettiere was granted a restraining order against Hickerson, whom she split from in June 2020 after nearly 2 years of dating. Panettiere was initially granted the restraining order in Wyoming, but a judge has now allowed the order to be upheld in California, according to TMZ. It is unknown if it is still in effect. After Hickerson pleaded not guilty in July of last year, Panettiere addressed the allegations on social media, urging others in abusive situations to reach out for support. I am coming forward with the truth about what happened to me with the hope that my story will empower others in abusive relationships to get the help they need and deserve, she wrote at the time. I am prepared to do my part to make sure this man never hurts anyone again. I'm grateful for my support system, which helped me find the courage to regain my voice and my life.